Today, many people are reverting to wooden pallets because it is popularly known as a cheap yet environmentally friendly building material. Pallet wood furniture has been created by using old wooden pallets and converting them into pieces of art with a rustic and vintage theme. Pallet wood is eminently versatile, and it has always been a DIY addict's go-to material because anyone can turn it into anything. If you are a DIY addict, these 12 pallet wood project ideas will help you boost your creativity. Even if you're a complete novice, no worry. These projects are easy to do despite the woodworking skills you have. For more detail, follow the simfoam.com link inside the description area. Number 12. The DIY wall stairs idea from the pallet wood. Some stairs feature an intermediate landing. A small platform allows the stairs to change direction and enables users to rest. Since users will stop by for a short while, decorating the intermediate landing would be great. It does not have to cost you a fortune, though. Using pallet wood would make an excellent embellishment. You only need to cover the wall with pallet wood from top to bottom. If you plan to stain or paint the planks, do not forget to sand them down thoroughly before installation. Number 11. The DIY sliding calendar project idea. Having a calendar on your desk is necessary. It helps you check the date or any appointment you have made in a jiffy. If you think the standard calendars are a bit dull, you can try to make one yourself. Here is another bewitching idea you can copy. You will need a wooden pallet, 3 metal label holders, wood glue, metal 1/8 inch flat pieces, and a Dremel with a round metal cut disc to make this unique calendar. First, you need to assemble the wood pieces. To create a rustic look, you can sand them down and apply gel stain before attaching the frame to the 1x3 base. Next, cut the flat metal pieces into 5 inches. Then, attach them to the back of the 2 label holders. You will use the remaining label holder for the date. Thus, you need to cut it a bit using the Dremel. Then, use super glue to join the pieces. Once everything is ready, you can transfer the days, months, and dates to the wooden pieces. Then place the label holders onto each plank. Number 10. The 3 best methods to dismantling a pallet from @BrandonKaruna. When getting a wooden pallet, hundreds of ideas may pop into your mind. Wait a minute. Doing a DIY project with a wooden pallet may be fun. However, you need to dismantle the planks first. You can use 3 ways to dismantle a wooden pallet. First, you can simply use a saw to cut along wherever the nails go. It may be wasteful, but it is quick. Second, you can use a pry bar to pry the boards off of each other. This one is a fundamental way to dismantle a pallet. However, it is rather tricky. Furthermore, you can damage the boards. The best way to cut between the boards is to use a sawzall or a reciprocating saw. It is quicker than prying, produces less waste, and, more importantly, maintains the rustic feel. Number 9. How to build an outdoor pool with some wooden pallets from @WoodEscape. Constructing an above-ground pool in the backyard may take some time and money. Nothing could be further from the truth. You can still have a chic pool for less than $100. To create this pool, you only need to assemble some wooden pallets with metal plates and screws. Then, cover the interior with a tarp. You can also install plywood sheets to make walls before placing the tarp. You will also need another 3 wooden pallets to create the pool deck and stairs. align them to the pool and assemble them with screws and L-shaped metal corner brackets. Next, top them with a plywood sheet. After that, cut it to make the stairs. Finally, cover the exterior with a decorative bamboo screen to conceal the wooden pallet. Number 8. The Pallet Moon Cradle Idea. This DIY project packs a lot of fun. More importantly, your kid will love it. You only need to make the frame and then install the planks. To make it look more attractive, you can try some stars patterns and add fairy string lights. To replicate the idea, you need more than some cheap pallets and some experience working with wood crafting and stuff. That particular thing, for example, is some Tile Bond wood glues. Number 7. A pallet playground project idea. Are you looking for an idea that can make your kids smile exuberantly? Try creating a playground in your backyard. This playground is a safe haven for kids. They will love to play in the teepees. Even better, they can act like a cowboy, Indian, or whatever they like. Besides, making the teepees are not that hard. You only need to create the frames from wood posts and pallets. Then install clapboard siding for the exterior. Number 6. A pallet couch idea from @Bunge. Furnishing your deck can improve curb appeal. However, it can be pricey. Well, it is not necessarily true. You can get a comfortable and stylish couch with pallet wood. First, you need to dismantle the planks from the pallet wood. Then, install 4 small wheels onto the pallet to move the couch easily. Now, gather the planks you have dismantled from the pallet previously, and then create a backboard using those pieces. After that, simply slide the backboard to the pallet wood and screw it in place. Finally, top the pallet with a mattress to sit comfortably. Number 5. The Pallet Bar Table Idea. This dining room features a light well that emerges from the floor. It created an eyesore back then. However, the homeowner still needs it since it allows light and heat up and down. Thus, she could not get rid of it whatsoever. Therefore, she came up with a better idea, creating a home bar. She simply topped the light well with a drop cloth and a wood pallet to craft a table. The pallet provides built-in racks to store her favorite beverages as a bonus. Number 4. Craft a new nightstand from a pallet of wood from @DIY Huntress. A nightstand will round out your bedroom. Wouldn't it be great to have more storage solutions in your sleeping space? More importantly, you do not have to spend much money to earn a stylish look. You will need to dismantle planks from pallet wood to make this nightstand. The fastest way is to cut them out from the pallet using a saw and take the nails from the middle joist. Then, cut the planks to size and glue them together to create a piece of board. You will need a clamp to let them attach perfectly. Repeat the steps until you get 4 boards for the nightstand frame and 1 piece for the front part. You are not making the legs from a wooden pallet, though. You will need 2x4s to construct them instead. Number 3. The DIY Wood Mosaic Tabletop. This project will require a lot of time and energy, but the result will be worth the effort. You will need to cut the wooden pallet into some small pieces. Then, you arrange and glue them onto a nightstand based on the pattern you have pictured in mind. You will have to create to frame the top of the nightstand first. This way, it will hold the mosaic tabletop. Once all of the pieces are in their positions, you can sand the tabletop to smoothen the surface. Then, you can apply a sealer to make it look sleeker and more durable. Number 2. 3 amazing backyard palette ideas from At Home Talk. The versatility of pallet wood packs limited creativity. Here are 3 amazing projects you can try. First, you can turn your pallet wood into a planter for your vertical garden. Then, cut a section of waterproof membrane and staple it to the back of your pallet. Next, flip the pallet over and fill it with potting soil. Then, plant your favorite colorful flowers, succulents, or herbs and hang the pallet on the wall. Second, you can make a chic cooler box out of a pallet. The first thing you need to do is remove the lid. Then, create a box with 4 legs to support the cooler box. Make sure the cooler box fits snugly into the wooden box you construct. You will also need to make another frame that perfectly fits the lid. Then, lie it on some planks and attach it to them. Next, screw the cooler box lid to the planks. After that, install hinges to the back of the top and a handle in the front. Finally, screw a bottle opener to one of the legs and you are good to go. Third, you can turn your pallet into a swinging chair. You only need to cut the pallet to size, assemble the pieces, add chains, and a comfortable mattress. Before I finish this countdown, support the channel by pressing subscribe button under the video. Please keep us in your subscription tabs for more home and garden improvement ideas like this. And finally, let's close our countdown with... Lastly, number 1, the pallet house idea from Pine Barren Pallet Works. This project may not be easy, yet it is worth trying or admiring after you complete the project. You can make a small house, garden shed, or home office from a pallet. You will get a nice rustic place to hang out, work, or even live if you do it right. To make the house durable and long-lasting, apply sealer after staining it. Relevant improvement details. Use pallet for the framework. Build a door and then install it on one of the sides. Cut away some planks to make room for windows if you want to enjoy more natural light. Create a roof by using posts and beams. Ensure the gaps between the 2 joints fit because they will serve as the air vents in your house or shed. Then, nail them together to last longer and withstand strong winds while protecting you from rain and wind gusts. Assemble everything firmly by screwing the pieces tightly with a drill or screws. Then, you can trim off any excess wood that might bother you later on with a pocket knife or any other sharp tool. The sides of your home will be tricky since you will have to attach them to the wooden frame. You need to use a ladder or put some boards on the ground for them to work. Then, it will be easier for you to screw the boards on top of the wooden frame. Make a door by cutting pallet pieces into smaller pieces. Then, attach them using screws and nails. Use some scrap wood and screws to create windows or other window accessories like doors, shutters, or curtains. To save your money, make all the parts yourself beforehand and get them ready before starting this project. Conclusion: some of the best home decor improvement storage or decor ideas don't have to cost you a brand new wood log and harm the whole ecosystem attached to the living tree. With some meticulous eye to snap new potential of wooden pallet wood, you could come out with some fantastic and inspiring home improvement projects. The best part about DIY projects is you can customize them to your liking, not to mention the cost cut. And these 12 pallet wood project ideas will help you get the piece of furniture you want without spending much money. That's it for now. Since you're still watching this video, press the like button, comment it, or share it with anyone close to you on your favorite social media channel. Browse and follow the Symphone website for more awesome content related to home and decor ideas. Until we meet again, later, sometime in the future. Thanks for watching.